Good evenings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to do another card of the day pull where I'm starting around midnight of the day that I'm going to produce this video. So hopefully I'll have it up by 8 a.m. or so. But I'm pretty tired right now, so I don't really want to get into the research aspect. So I'm just going to start. This is a different deck. This one is by Zach Wong. There's not a lot of Rider-Waite symbolism in it, so sometimes I like to use the book more with his because his art includes the Rider-Waite symbols, but just in different ways that I find harder to recognize. So we'll just do this poll, and it'll be fun for me because it'll be a new way for me to, well, it'll be just different information, I guess. Different intuitions because of different pictures. I'm a very visual person, being a visual artist and such. Okay. Pater Noster, quies in caelis, sanctificatum novum tuum, et veniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tua, sicut in caelo et in terra. Panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie, et debita nobis, debita nostra, sicut et nos dimitirus debitoribus nostris, et ne nos inducas in tentationem, sed libera nos a malo. Amen. And I haven't used these cards much either, because so they're pretty slick for this part of the shuffling, but for the other part of the shuffling, they're not really broken in very well. I keep getting the sun, so I feel like I got the sun and the star, actually. Behind the sun was the devil and the Three of Cups reversed. And behind the star was the King of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. So, this is the artwork of Zach Wong's sun card. I don't know if you can see the details. Lots of sunflowers. This is the Three of Cups. I pulled it in a reversed style. I'm so sorry for the glare. This is it upright. It's neat because Zach Wong designed them to be read upright, and so, you know, instead there's both sides, are upright in a way, but there is a reverse side, and it shows more of the reversal. So, I know this is supposed to be card of the day, but I think there's a reason that these fell out at the same time. Here's the star, which I pulled next to it, and the supporting characters in this play. This is the King of Wands, reversed. No, it was upright. And this is the Ace of Wands. And it was upright. And this is the Six of Pentacles, which is upright. So I guess y'all are going to kind of see me do a full-ish reading on these. It may be more of a reading than just a description of the cards, but I'll try to include that too, especially for the sun and the star, because those are both very important cards in the deck. I mean, as well as the devil. And as well as all of them. So, I'll see you in the morning. Thank you so much for watching again. Please hit like and subscribe just so my algorithm gets a little better. But anyways, even if you don't, thank you for watching. Alright guys, today I'm doing something a little different. I'm going to tell you a story all about how my life got ripped and turned upside down. No, not really, but I was working to pull a card of the day last night at midnight, so I could have it ready for you this morning. But instead, 7 popped out. So I did a full reading, and it really hit. It really hit for me. And I'm curious if anybody else will find that it relates to what they've been going through. So I'm going to add in some pictures at the end of this that show what the cards look like in both the Rider-Waite-Smith deck and the deck that I used from Zach Wong. So have you ever heard of the term light vampire or energy vampire, or just kind of like this person that embodies that malignant narcissist type that is willing to just take and take and take from somebody who has like an abundance of light, and eventually they just dim and dim and dim and dim, and hopefully, you know, that light realizes what's going on eventually. Is what happened to me, and it took me a really long time to realize what was happening, and it was a very serious thing. There was a lot of potential for me to lose my life in this situation, and it is also why I am kind of practicing how I feel about getting the first part of the 111 tattoo. That it's kind of the same idea as the semicolon tattoo, except it's my ethnicity's spiritual way of describing it. Eventually, like after, I guess, your quarter life crisis and your midlife crisis, you get 2 more down here. But I feel that I've now earned this single one because I have finally found my way out of the dark. But okay, how do I want to do this exactly? So I pulled in a 3 of Cups, the Devil, and then the Sun. And then on the other side popped out the 6 of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, the King of Wands, and the Star. So it starts as the energy vampire notices this light, and he puts out bait. The energy vampire, one of the cards represents the bait, and then the next card represents how the energy vampire entices on top of the 3 of Cups energy. So he's doubling down for this light. And then there's a card that represents what the light bringer is asked of by the vampire. And then you get to so when the light bringer is being asked of the energy vampire all these things, that's when it goes from that set of 3 to the set of 4, because the set of 4 is the story of their involvement from beginning to end. So the first of that 4 is what the light bringer is asked of by the energy vampire. Then the light recognizes the situation, and then this light realizes it is more than just a partner or a sidekick. She is the king or the key, and then it, you know, the death, birth, and rebirth cycle comes to the rebirth, and that's where we get the Star, and she's then brighter than she's ever been before. So I'm going to get a little bit deeper into this reading. Bear with me. I know it might be somewhat long. And I'm going to do some shout outs at the end for some people that have been very, very helpful to me along this journey. Okay, I'm so excited. All right, so The Sun card is a card that like is so illuminating. It illuminates paths for other people. It's got a very generous energy. It wants to help. I mean, when it sees trouble, it tries to go. When it sees darkness, it tries to bring the light to it, almost in a selflessly, almost in a bad, selfless kind of way, like giving away too much of themselves. The air around them is filled with joy and color, and this is what the vampire is looking for. This is what the vampire wants for himself. So this sun energy is basking in calm and serenity. Sorry, I'm rubbing my dog's belly over here. He never likes to be on camera. But the sun energy makes you smile. They're there for you. They can make light of a tough situation. They like to be peacemakers. They're inherently good, decent, well-intentioned energies. And this is what draws the vampire in. Happiness and fulfillment can be derived from the radiance of the sun. The children in the background enhance the idea of new opportunity. The sunflower in the Wong deck is what the sun would be in the Rider-Waite deck, and it symbolizes growth and the coming of fruition. And this sign corresponds to Leo, so there's a lot of comforting energy. There's a lot of warmth, and there's also a white stallion in this card that representing the purity of this energy. So like it is exactly what an energy vampire wants to just my milkshake, you know. Buddy would. I'm not working right now. Okay, so the Three of Cups reversed is kind of like when the energy vampire invites this light into their life. So the Three of Cups is like the party card, but this is reversed. So, they celebrate with joy and merriment. They hold their cups in high endless laughter. Parties can be used as distractions. This energy will cause smiles, but unsustainable ones. They're not real friends. They're not, they're just there to get high and party and reach self-gratification. This is where the light realizes that this vampire's lost control. He spins with the people, but he what are you doing, goofball? I'm working. Okay, so drunken debauchery will reign over any celebration with this vampire. Or numbing themselves to the pain, and the atmosphere surrounding this energy will be loud and excessive. Families may be disrupted from entertaining others instead of their own. So this vampire may be a homewrecker. And this is associated with the bad parts of the sign of Cancer, this card. So this is the last of the three in the first part of the story. So it's the devil card. Material things, pleasure, lust, and lust drive him. This energy embodies the need for material well-being. Energy is grounded in the earth, fueling lust and desire that can only be satisfied by the tangible, which is usually fleshly desires, whether it's in a tender way or in a very violent way. There's need for sumptuousness. Items that represent social hierarchy make this energy very fulfilled. This energy is also a warning that the love of money can be a slippery slope. The energy surrounds themselves with glamour, which is just like, to me, represents an artificial light. So, the real light seems to see a little bit of themselves in this card. So for this energy, there's nothing more to life than satisfaction that material wealth can bring. Whether it's for themselves or used to entice others, which in this situation, it's used to entice the pure, like So this is, yeah, on top of the Three of Cups, the Devil is also how the vampire entices the sun into his trap. He's well dressed, he's sexy, he's charming. It's illusory gratification. He's entrapped by his things, though. And the Lightbringer sees this as a problem, and sees this as a problem that maybe she can show with her, you know, just like with the way that she is just content with just serenity and it has what she needs and wants what she needs kind of idea. It enjoys flesh, you know, whether from pain or tenderness. So now we reach the part of the story where the light is starting to get a little suspicious. So we've got the Six of Pentacles, which this card represents generosity and abundance, giving freely to all in need. Now reversed, this would be just like an outpouring of generosity, like in just like in like a bad way, like doesn't matter who goes to, like, but this card upright, it's like abundance going to those in need and sharing wealth that you've accumulated for to in a constructive way. This card represents help and problem solving, and that's a characteristic that the vampire really wants. He wants his problem solved by somebody else. The open arms in this card suggest generous nature, charity personified. The jovial giver, rich green, somber colors, metallic tones. These are the colors of Taurus. So this is what the Lightbringer is asked of by the energy vampire. And in turn, that Taurian energy turns the Leo energy into a very lethargic, much more shaded and less brightness. Now, this card, the Ace of Wands, is where the sun recognizes the situation for what it is. The Ace of Wands, it's the fires of life are a light around the wand of inspiration. Here marks the birth of all creation. This is the flash of creative energy that can be a catalyst for a raging inferno. So this is the catalyst for her to realize that she needs to get away as fast as she possibly can. It represents the potential that lies within all people, to the urge to create, to begin, to start with a clean slate. So she's feeling all of these things and knowing in her heart that this is what she needs to do. This energy reflects a passion within the drives that take us in a new direction. It will join a new field of interest or to be inspired to create art. It can be the energy for new projects and inventions that are filled with optimism and the energy to continue. So it's a very, very positive card. The Latin word ad flatus means breathe or inspiration. And in the Wong deck, there's a scroll that unfurls around the Ace of Wands. And that's and there's a stone embedded in the wand, and the power of the stone erupts into red and warm hues associated with my Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo, the fire signs. So it's power. She's, it's will. Her will is becoming more magnified at this point. At this point, the muse is realizing that she doesn't even need another person at all. She's more than just a partner or a sidekick. She is the king. The King of Wands is charming, charismatic, and flamboyant. He's the embodiment of life, and everybody is just drawn to this radiance. It's very similar to the sun. It's a very attractive brightness that just people of all sorts and all stages of life are drawn to. And not just in a negative way, but also in a constructive way, in a way of awe and appreciation. His energy is worldly, traveled, cultured, tolerant, open-minded. This energy is very attractive to be around. It drives both in the bedroom and in the boardroom. This energy is a positive light, and it's a nudge toward the right direction in dealings and negotiations. This card is also like mostly associated with business a lot of times. Not necessarily always, but you know, whether it's in what position it's in, it can mark for very business-like negotiations and dealings. This energy may draw you toward the atmosphere of charity, volunteering, philanthropy, etc. The energy is loving and supportive, coupled with excitement and the exploration of new horizons. The majestic dragon represents ancient wisdom, and strength adorns this king. He is draped in richness and luxury, which reflects his radiant charm. And this is different than the devil that, you know, wants to live in sumptuousness. This is the difference between someone who commands respect and demands respect. The devil demands respect. The king commands respect. He doesn't, it's like the real G's. They don't have to flaunt how tough they are. They just are. They're just tough. It's like how I think of Bay Area rappers versus like, you know, the East Side. So Biggie versus Tupac. The roses surrounding his throne reflect the loving and romantic energy of this king. The colors are gold and blue, which correspond to royalty and command. So this is when we reach the end. We reach the Star card. She oozes with inner and outer hope and balance. She embodies the giver of hope in the world's eyes. This is the embodiment of hope and generosity. This key is hope embodied. This energy may come from within one to drive you further in life, down the chosen path, the one that was lighted by the king and the Ace of Wands, the path away from the devil, you know. This is the energy of one who cares for others and helps them along the way. This hope can be direct or indirect in someone's dire time of need. This energy also embodies the muse archetype, but only for people who are selfless, not for those vampires anymore. And the star is given this discernment as well. This energy is favorable for any outcome. It asks you to keep hope alive in tough situations and not to lose faith in struggle. She pleads. She pleads with the world. Do not lose faith. Do not lose hope. The concepts of the Aquarian water bringer is the giver of life. And it plays a symbolic role in this energy. The sign of Aquarius is one of air and not water, thus dealing with matters within the mind and not the heart, which would be like a cups card. This is a air card, a sword card. Thus dealing, okay, so there's hope in one's mind. The stars illuminated around her are a metaphor for the dreams and hope we look toward. There are 8 and number. This is the sister card to strength. So, yeah, this was a really positive reading, and since they all jumped out at me, you know, I felt that I needed to do the reading rather than the definition. So please let me know if you like this style more. It's honestly easier for me because I'm not just writing down correspondence after correspondence, and it's probably less boring too. So, please like and subscribe, please, please, please. And, for my algorithm, because I want to share, my guides want me to share this with the world, and I want to share with the world, and I want to be the star, and I want to be the light, and I want to be the generous and abundant healer. I feel it's my purpose. So, not like, you know, whether you personally like and subscribe is going to really change any of that. This may not be my platform, but we'll see. I wanted to give a shout out to Colton Moore, my sweet, sweet, sweet lover. He gifted me with a late birthday or a late Christmas present perfume called Death and Decay, and it's just magical. And also, I wanted to thank Corey Chambers for being and believing in my power and not letting me sink into nihilism and encouraging me to share this with the world, and also for the boom mic that he gave me, and the Rider-Waite Smith stickers. So I will be using photos of that at the end of this. So good luck today and all days, and just I plead with you, don't lose hope and struggle. And keep faith alive during times of hardship. I love you.